Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Andy.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, there. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got audio now.
All right. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a quorum, Andy. So I have you, Aaron, Richard, Angela, Selena, and myself. And then Mike.
Aaron's here too.
Yeah, Aaron's here.
Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes,
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved, Aaron.
All second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Have we, any public comment?
Nothing that I'm aware of. Just there was an individual who arrived in the lobby at 9 o'clock to attend the meeting. So unless there's anybody in attendance that would like to speak, if you could raise your hand. No, I think we're good for right now, Andy, unless somebody jumps on.
Dave Forrest has comment, but I think he's going to wait till he gets to new business.
Okay, yeah, Dave's not on yet that I'm aware of.
He's with me.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay, moving on. Do we, secretary's report?
All right, so right now the blighted property list contains 205 properties. 24 properties completed the condemnation process back on January 17th. Judge Brabender ruled the hearing set the value of those properties. So the redevelopment authority is moving forward with the land bank to determine the outcome for those. There's still, we're past the preliminary objections for the 12 properties we filed condemnation against in November. So we are waiting for the hearing to set value on those properties. And then right now we're between the redevelopment authority and the land bank, we're looking at filing condemnation against an additional 34 properties here in the first quarter of 2023. So that is my secretary's report.
Thank you, Aaron. Have we received any correspondence?
Nothing.
Okay, old business?
All right, one property for blight rescission, 422 West 9th Street. Bear with me, I'll pull up some photos.
This was a private rehab. All permits and inspections have been approved.
Oh, it's not doing it. I'll make a motion to rescind blight.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
aye.
Okay. New business. Mike, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I have 11 for you today, but the first 6 are adjacent parcels. They're all the same property owner, same mailing address, same issues, same notices and dates have been sent. So I figured I would go through the pictures of the parcels individually first, and then go through our case history, and then if someone wanted to vote on all 6 at once. Excuse me. The first one is, these are all around the Plum Cascade area. This is lot 3044-104. This is you'll see highlighted here. They're all next to each other. It's all one big lot, but there's 6 individual parcels. The next one is lot 3044-105. These are industrial lots, vacant lots, have been abandoned, out of town owners. The next one is lot 3044-106.
I should have had these all put together. Oh, is that the same?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
And the next one is lot 3049-101. The last one is lot 3049-102. This is the one that has a mailing address, 1420 Cascade Street. So all of these lots have this this address for the mailing address, but the owners are out of state. And they're all industrial lots. There were industrial buildings on here that have been demolished. The lots have since been abandoned. There's dumping on here, high grass, failing fences, obstructions in the right of way as far as grass and garbage and junk and debris. We've been dealing with this since June of 2012. There were notices sent out in June of 2012, August of 2014, October of 2020, August of 21, in June of this year. It's a reoccurring thing every year with junk and debris, trash, lawn mowing, high grass, weeds, failing fences, property that's being unsecured. There are citations outstanding that have been issued to the property owners for all of these parcels, and we don't get any response. The property owners keep the taxes current, but that's about all they do to it. And they were responding a few years ago to our notices, and they would come once every 2 years and cut the grass or in between. And then about a year or two ago, they just stopped responding altogether.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to blight?
I'll move.
Second,
I'll second, Selena.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Dave has a question. 1 second.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt your meeting. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dave Forrest, the planning director. But Mike, I just had a question. We've got other lots like that in the city, right? That
There are a few, yes.
and are they also in the process of going to be blighted, or what? Why these lots? What made these a priority?
If there are code enforcement violations on them, most of them are in the process at some state or other, but some of them we do get responses on. So we'll start a case on it, send a high grass notice, and then a month later they cut the grass, and then we back off. and then it just keeps repeating. And so we kind of go through due process because they do respond. These particular lots, they just stop responding altogether. There's nothing at all being done.
Okay, so, I mean, one criticism I hear is was it the Lord property? Is that?
Yeah, there were people out there this week working on that property once they received notices, and Jake Binney's been working with them on a case out there as well. So that's another example of they're being responsive, maybe not as responsive as we would like, but they are responding.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, next up, I have 1620 Plum Street. This is a vacant lot. There are vacant property, I should say vacant building. The property owner has owned it since June 25th of 1991. They did tarp the roof at one point, 2-3 years ago, but the tarp has since shredded. There are back taxes owed from 2022 to 2023 over $1,200. The water has been off since October 5th of 2015. There are notices sent. The original case started in September of 2003, and we would send a notice. They would do the bare minimum or 80% of the corrections on the notice and then disappear again. We sent notices in December of 20, July of 21. There was a quality of life ticket issued in August of 21, and a repair demo order was issued at the beginning of this month. It's been vacant for quite a while. There are broken windows, broken soffit fascia, gutter issues. The front steps are unsafe, and it's just been left unattended to.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to Blake?
Motion, Aaron.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, next up, we have 1815 Cascade Street. This was a rental at one point in time. The property owners the current property owners had it since May of 2021, but this has been in our under our files since April of 2014. At one time it was occupied, and we got called there by the tenants, and it was posted uninhabitable due to the workmanship that was in there because there's plumbing, electric, and HVAC work that was done not to code and without permits or inspections. There were notices sent in April of 2015, March of 18, and October of 20 under the previous owner. The current owner, there were notices sent in June of 21, June 10th of 2021, June 30th of 2021, July of 2021, April of 2022, August of 2022, and they were cited in October of 2022. There's a repair demo order issued on February 3rd of this month. The water's been off since last August of 2021, which is when it was deemed uninhabitable with the current tenants there. They have moved out, and it's been sitting vacant since. There are outstanding water and sewer bills over $2,500 there. There are back taxes owed to 2021 over $3,300, and there is no electric there. It's an uninhabitable rental, and I was hoping to get a blight designation before it gets rented again, so we can make sure it's up to code before it gets rented out.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a motion to Blake?
I motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. Next, we have 4110 Conrad.
Hold on,
Hey,
Mike.
Mike, I'm sorry, it's Dave Forrest. On that
Sure.
one, you said that the residents have moved out, right?
Yes, they had moved out. Let's see, it was posted uninhabitable.
Okay. I'm just wondering, are we able to padlock the building?
So we have to send notice to the owner to make them secure it first. We can't deny the owner access to work on it. We can deny habitability. Nobody can live there, but the owner still has the right to work on it at this point. But if it's unsafe and insecure and there's people breaking in or squatting, typically we'll send notice to give the owner time to take care of it themselves. And then if not, we would file a lien and have parks boarded up.
But if we, I'm just thinking about these situations. If we, where it might get rented again, does it make a difference whether it gets padlocked and boarded up to secure it? Or does the owner typically just rip down everything we do and put somebody in there?
Well, with the power being off, and if it receives a blight designation with the power, and if the water is being off, they're going to have to apply for permits to get those turned on. And they get those turned on, they have to go through our trade inspectors, and they'll be made aware that it's a blighted property if it becomes blighted. So they would have to pass inspection to even get it habitable again.
Okay.
But typically, no, we don't lock them out. We don't do lockouts like that.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, did we do that one? Which one? Where were we at? We're at Conrad Road, correct?
Yep, we're at Conrad, Mike.
Okay, sorry. So 4110 Conrad Road, this was already in the blight process and being worked on. It was sold at a sheriff's sale, and then the sheriff's sale, we were working with a property maintenance company that was working with the bank. Well, the bank was unaware that was on a tax sale. So it got sold at the tax sale while the bank was working on it, and they didn't even know about it. So it's under new ownership, but still has the same outstanding issues that warrant blight, in my opinion. There are back taxes owed from 2022 over $9,000. The water's been off since June 29th of 2022. There's a over $1,600 water bill due for water and sewer and garbage combined. It's missing windows. It's had roof leaks and water leaks. The floor is heaved up. We've actually went in this because it was open and unsecured, and we had to go through it to clear it, to secure it and close the door and lock it up because the squatters were removed. There were cases sent, there was notices sent out under the previous owner in November of 2022. And then in January of this year, our inspector spoke to PNC Bank, who had it and was basically sitting on it and not doing much to it. And they were unaware that it was even on the upset sale when it got sold to the current owner. The current owner was sent a notice January 31st of this year, as well as a repair demo notice at the beginning of this year. I believe they do. The current owner does intend to work on it and rehab it, but we are concerned that they'll do so without proper permits and inspections. And I'm requesting a blight designation to ensure this happens.
I motion.
Second,
Second, Selena.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we have 129 East 23rd Street. This is another rental with a landlord and property owner that has other properties on the blighted property list. The current owners had it since February of 2010. The original case started in October of 2010. And this has been a back and forth thing for a few years. We would send a notice. They would do the minimum of work to keep us off, rent it again, and then it would deteriorate, send another notice, and we would go back and forth. The most recent notices were sent in September of 2014. They were cited in 2014. We had another issue in November of 2015. They were cited again in March of 2016. We had another issue where we sent notice in December of 18, January of 19, October of 2020, and February of 2021. April 6th, it was 2021, it was posted uninhabitable. They were told not to rent it. She rented it again anyways. We started another case, and then she was sent a notice in April of 2021. And then last November of 2022, we posted it uninhabitable again, told her not to rent it out again until she got a building permit and started doing the proper corrections. She does have a building permit, but we're not sure what's been done or isn't being done in there. We're going to request a walkthrough with her before she can rent it again. She was also issued a repair demo order in November of 2022. There are back taxes owed from 2020 to 2023 over $10,000, but it has not been on any tax sale due to bankruptcy issues and laws. The water is active, but there are over $2,900 owed in sewer and water and garbage fees to it. It's currently vacant, and I'm hoping to prevent her from renting this until it is brought up to code. I think a blight designation would help us with that.
I motion.
Second, Aaron.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And lastly, we have 818 Wayne Street. This was sold at a sheriff's sale and it was a foreclosure in February of 2022. Well, it's been a year and nothing's been done other than they boarded it up. It's deteriorating further. We've had to replace the boards a couple times because people break into it. There are back taxes owed from 2021 over $1,700. We were trying to work with the bank and a property maintenance company who it's been very, very slow going. They basically took it and are just sitting on it. There were notices sent in August of 21, May of 22, and September of 2022. The original case started back with the previous owner in June of 2013. This has been a back and forth thing with different owners trying to get this property rehabbed. The water is off and has been off since September 13th of 2021. The electric is off. There is no electric. And basically, I think that the bank took it through foreclosure, has a collapsing garage in the back, and they boarded it up and they're just sitting on it, doing nothing with it as the property deteriorates.
Okay, do I have a motion to Blake?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second. Angela.
Thank you, Angela. All in favor, say aye.
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 And that's what I have for you this month. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Dave has another question.
Yeah,
Sure.
sorry. So Aaron, Snippert, where are we in terms of being able to execute all the federal dollars you've got to knock down buildings?
Where are we as far as being able
So
to?
we need to blight so many properties and get them on the ground in a certain
Yes.
time. Otherwise, the ARPA is gonna be clawed back.
Yeah, so we filed 11 condemnations in November, which are part of that blight mitigation program. 22 of the 34 properties we're looking at for first quarter of 2023 are part of the ARP program. In the original plan was an estimate of 85 properties under that program. So if everything goes, we still are looking at an additional 50 properties, 55 properties that we need to identify and follow through with the condemnation action. I know Mindy had done some work on the blighted property list with Mike to determine what was actually viable off of the blighted property list. I know that current 205 list does include all of the current properties that we filed condemnation on last year. That includes the 24, the 12 in November, along with that 34 we're looking at. So when you take all those off, plus the ones that are under active rehabilitation or have been rehabilitated but have not quite followed through with the process appropriately, it doesn't leave us very many. So we're still in need of blighted properties and getting those
Morning.
blighted.
Oh, I forgot my mask.
So just to clarify, though, if I could add something, just for people that are maybe watching, not all blighted properties are deemed for demolition. There are some properties that are on that blighted properties list that are being rehabbed by the current owner, and we're trying to work with them. They don't always complete the tasks, but there are some blighted properties that do get rehabbed. Most are demolished, but not all. And the reason I say that is I'll get calls after these meetings for people assuming that a notice of blight means demolition. It doesn't necessarily mean that yet.
Right. Good point, Mike. And that, yeah, like I said, that 205 includes those which could be, several dozen of those properties that, because the blight list, just to clarify what Mike said, too, is these properties, they're blighted, but they're still privately owned. For the most part, unless the redevelopment authority or the land bank has taken action on the properties, they're still owned by a private individual who still has the responsibility to maintain and improve that property. It is only at the time that they become an abandoned or an absentee property owner that the redevelopment authority will seek condemnation of the property.
Richard, can I have your phone number? I need to call you about our meeting we had with Boo Haggerty.
Whose number? You broke up a little bit there, Dave.
I have it. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to follow up with you about a meeting we had with Boo Haggerty, Richard.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Aaron. Oh, second, Aaron. Selena first.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you, everyone.
And see you
Thanks.
next month.
Thank you.
Thanks.